Chief.
I'm glad you're back. You left before you could see my shit-eating grin.
Man, I thought we had a deal.
Well, that was the point.
Of what?
Misleading you.
I see.
Because the offer you made wasn't unreasonable. You did not stand in my station in front of my officers and set terms.
Well, I wasn't aware it was a pissing contest. I'm running out of letters. The acronym you need to worry about right now is PACE. P-A-C-E. Ain't in my
I got
brain.
an acronym.
Allow me to finish.
Chief, distance between you. Hey, hey,
Let's not do that.
hey, hey!
Okay. Don't shoot. Move. Okay. Lead the way. Whoa! Tell him to safety that rifle.
Go ahead and point that thing the other way.
Put that down!
It's okay.
I'm gonna shoot.
Less lethal. Hey, don't worry about him.
What you want me to do?
I need you to hear me out.
Sit down, motherfucker! Sit down!
Stop there.
Where they at? Well done. At least it'll be peaceful.
All right. Stand there.
Do not point your weapon at me! Put that weapon down!
It's just a leg. He'll be back on light duty in a week. Not get back up.
Chief!
The film begins with Terry Richmond, a former veteran, cycling down the road, lost in the music streaming through his earphones. His peaceful ride is abruptly shattered when he is struck by police officers. Officer Evan Marston and his partner, Officer Steve Land,
Get on your fucking face now!
Okay.
Just stay on your belly. Arms out like a fucking airplane.
What? Saying I fled, that's bullshit. I couldn't hear.
I was behind you 2 miles. Ran code the whole time.
You tase him?
Nope. I tried to pull you over and you fled. Get up.
Despite Terry's explanation that he couldn't hear them due to his headphones, the officers remain unyielding. They begin to interrogate him, probing into his personal life and identity. As Officer Evan rummages through Terry's backpack, he discovers a suspicious package. He asks for Terry's consent to open it, but Terry firmly declines.
May I look inside?
No, you may not.
Undeterred, the officers detain him and call for a K-9 unit to inspect the package. Evan informs Terry that it will take an hour for the unit to arrive.
How long is this gonna take?
Probably 45, maybe an hour.
So, if I let you search through it and there's nothing illegal, I can go?
But knowing he's pressed for time, Terry reluctantly agrees to the search.
Alright, you can search it. And man, I haven't done anything wrong.
The officers uncover a significant amount of cash inside the bag, leading them to suspect it may be linked to illegal drug activities. Terry insists that the money is legitimate, his savings intended for posting bail for his cousin at the courthouse. Officer Steve notes the cash totals nearly $30,000 and inquires about the charges against Terry's cousin. Terry explains that $10,000 is earmarked for bail while the remainder is meant for purchasing a truck to transport boats.
Somebody else?
No, for my cousin, but it's mine. I'm posting his bail.
He clarifies that his cousin Mike was arrested for possession of marijuana but was not involved in selling it. Though the officers decide to release Terry, they seize his money under the suspicion that it could be drug-related. Terry defends himself by explaining that he earned the cash from selling his car and investing in a steak at a restaurant called Canlong Chinese. With no other option, Terry complies under duress and is allowed to leave. After collecting his bike, Terry rides to the courthouse, where he meets Elliot, a court clerk. He urgently requests Elliot to post his cousin's bail, only to learn that the police have confiscated all his funds. Elliot refuses, citing renovations at the jail that necessitate transferring prisoners to state prison. As Elliot prepares to leave at the end of his shift, Terry's frustration boils over. his cousin is in dire straits. In a twist of fate, Elliot introduces Terry to Summer McBride, another court clerk who is also an aspiring lawyer. Over drinks, Summer shares troubling insights about how local law enforcement employs deceptive legal tactics to seize money from unsuspecting individuals. Once victims fail to reclaim their funds through legal means, the police keep it for themselves under the guise of funding. Terry reveals that his cousin Mike had previously assisted in apprehending dangerous criminals by providing critical information. He fears that if Mike is transferred to state prison on Thursday, he may face violent retribution from other inmates. Understanding the urgency of the situation, Summer suggests that Terry needs to quickly secure more cash for bail to save Mike from this impending danger. As they part ways, Terry places a call to Mr. Liu, the owner of the Chinese restaurant and his business partner. He urgently requests a loan of $10,000.
How much?
10,000.
All right.
And Liu agrees to transfer the funds within hours. That night, Terry tracks down the police department where he was detained, and the following day, he decides to confront them. He reports a robbery to Officer Jessica Sims, describing the assailants in a manner that mirrors Officer Evan and Officer Steve. Just then, Officer Steve enters and interrupts the report.
Sir, you're gonna need to leave.
I'd like to finish up.
False police report.
Chief Sandy Byrne steps in, defending his officers and instructing Terry to leave. Unfazed, Terry proposes that they keep the seized money but return the bail funds. Greedily, Chief Sandy agrees. Eager to see his cousin before the transfer, Terry is told by Sandy to arrive at 9 a.m. on Thursday.
If you come back here at 9 a.m., you can see your cousin.
Thank you.
When Thursday arrives, Terry shows up at the police department only to find that the transport bus for prisoners has already departed. Chief Sandy had deliberately expedited their schedule. In a desperate attempt, Terry races to catch the bus and instructs his cousin Mike to request protective custody upon arrival at prison. Next, Terry seeks out Summer for assistance, and she meets him discreetly. She reveals that she has uncovered incriminating evidence against the corrupt officers, implicating even the courthouse judge in their scheme. Regarding Mike's bail, she emphasizes that Terry needs to deliver the money to Elliot's desk without delay. Determined, Terry returns to the police department to confront Chief Sandy. He issues a stern threat, demanding compliance.
Chief?
I'm glad you're back. You left before you could see my shit-eating grin.
Man, I thought we had a deal.
Well, that was the point.
Of what?
Misleading you.
I see.
Because the offer you made wasn't unreasonable. You did not stand in my station in front of my officers and set terms.
Well, I wasn't aware it was a pissing contest. I'm running out of letters. The acronym you need to worry about right now is PACE. P-A-C-E.
I got an acronym.
Allow me to finish.
Chief, distance between you.
However, Officer Steve intervenes, escalating the situation into chaos.
Let's not do that.
Okay. Don't shoot. Move. Okay.
Terry disarms both officers and takes them inside. He cuffs them with Officer Sims' handcuffs and leads her to the property room, where he discovers an arsenal of weapons and stacks of cash. He retrieves his original $10,000 from the seized funds, leaving the remainder for the officers. After emptying Jessica's firearm, he instructs her to feign compliance and drive him away smoothly to avoid drawing attention from nearby ranchers.
Someone should string that motherfucker up.
This man is a veteran. Now you go on about your business. Let us go.
Thanks for that.
She takes Steve's car, drops him off at a secure location, and issues a police alert for Terry's capture. Rushing back to the courthouse, Terry delivers the money to Elliot's desk just as Summer heads off to obtain the judge's signature for Mike's bail. However, chaos ensues when officers swarm the courthouse and arrest Terry.
Give me your hand.
Don't hurt him!
Give me your hand.
They transport him to the courthouse catacombs for a medical checkup before taking him to meet Chief Sandy. During the drive, Sandy lays everything bare, admitting that he regrets crossing paths with Terry after reviewing his background. They stop at a hospital where Sandy hands Terry his remaining cash, insisting that he remain silent and act as if this never happened. He warns Terry that failure to comply could result in a 30-year sentence for assaulting officers.
What do you want to hear from me?
Right now, you gotta choose. Or 30 years minimum. And up between a bag full of money.
In a chilling revelation, Sandy informs Terry that Mike has been attacked in prison and is being rushed to this very hospital.
Your cousin is being medevaced here as we speak.
Is he alive?
He was attacked.
I fucking told you!
Terry, overwhelmed with anger and emotion, reluctantly accepts the deal offered by Sandy, who ominously warns him never to return to town, threatening dire consequences if he does.
Whatever you decide to do, you do it damn far from here. Because if you enter this township again, then we go that other route.
Heart heavy, Terry steps into Mike's hospital room only to find that Mike has tragically succumbed to his injuries. In search of solace, he asks Summer for a ride back to his hometown. However, their journey is interrupted when they notice a police car tailing them. Summer reveals that the officer is a friend of hers, someone looking out for her well-being. She tries to explain that there have been multiple cases similar to Mike's, emphasizing the urgent need to expose the corruption within the police force. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Terry brushes off her concerns and hands her his number for emergencies before saying goodbye.
Appreciate you giving us shit.
Thought you didn't get this out. I appreciate your appreciation.
Later that night, Summer awakens to the unsettling realization that someone has entered her home and drugged her. Panic sets in as she spots a police car magnet on her refrigerator, confirming her fears that the cops are behind this invasion. Desperate, she calls Terry, who rushes to her aid.
Terry. I'm in trouble.
He breaks into her house and finds her in the shower, alive but shaken. Summer explains that the drug used on her is one she had previously taken during a difficult time in her life when she lost custody of her daughter. She fears that if she is tested tomorrow, she might lose custody permanently. Terry reassures her, urging her not to worry as he sends her off to work. However, fate takes a dark turn when Summer learns that the judge wants to meet with her and insists on a drug test, revealing his collusion with the police. Terrified yet compliant, she submits a urine sample, tears streaming down her face as she contemplates her uncertain future. Meanwhile, Terry encounters Officer Steve, who is flanked by his colleagues blocking the streets. Seeking refuge, Terry abandons his truck and makes his way to his Chinese hotel, where he calls Summer for burner phones. When she arrives at the restaurant with the phones, she finds him wounded and being tended to by Mr. Liu. Together, they devise a plan to gather evidence against the corrupt officers. Disguised and determined, they break into the judge's home, confronting him about the police corruption. Under pressure, he reveals that he has been in cahoots with Sandy for a long time. Sandy's department, strapped for cash, resorted to illegal practices, conducting unlawful searches and manipulating court procedures so defendants would invariably lose their money. The judge admits he has profited from this scheme as well, with part of the funds funneled into government coffers. The police would conduct aggressive traffic stops reminiscent of Terry's own harrowing experience at the film's beginning, perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and corruption that must be stopped. These searches were being recorded in the dash cams of the cops and could prove to be evidence to expose the cops. Terry and Summer decide to steal these footages, which are in the catacombs of the courthouse. They enter the courthouse and find that the cops are ahead of them. They light up a fire to blow up the evidence room, but Summer stops the fire. They quickly steal the memory cards and ignite the fire again to avoid suspicion. Terry heads out to the car and waits for Summer as she goes to retrieve her urine sample. Unfortunately, she gets caught by the officers. Terry waits for Summer outside and notices the cops kidnapping her. He follows them to a shady place where they split up and leave. One cop stays behind, so Terry drives into the cop's car. He chokes the cop and then handcuffs him for questioning. Terry uses his radio and talks with Sandy. Sandy makes a trade deal to exchange Summer for the memory cards. Terry agrees, so Sandy tells him to meet at the Rebel Ridge by dawn.
Okay then. You know Rebel Ridge?
Think I'm stupid?
I think you're smart.
Sandy's men wait at Rebel Ridge till morning, but Terry doesn't show up. Meanwhile, Sandy gets a call from Terry.
Offhand.
I'm outside the gym. The combative energy.
While Officer Evan assumes he has located Terry's vehicle. Terry tells Sandy there's no turning back. On the other hand, Officer Evan finds out that Terry wasn't in the car. Rather, it's Officer McGill, taped to the car by Terry. Terry is at the police department, where he rips open the back wall of Sandy's department. Officer Jessica alerts the rest of the cops of Terry's location, so they head back. Back in the station, greedy Sandy quickly heads for the money, but Terry's loading weapons from the armory. He shoots Sandy with beanbag rounds instead of bullets.
It's okay, it's okay. Less lethal. Hey, don't worry about him.
What you want me to do?
I need you to hear me out.
Sit down, motherfucker! Sit down!
Terry trusts Jessica with the memory cards and tells her to release them. He confiscates Sandy's arsenal, but Sandy's men arrive outside. Terry hands a loaded gun to Jessica, asking her to cover him as he gathers Sandy's money and prepares to douse it in gasoline. However, Jessica turns on Terry, expressing her refusal to engage in violence, and insists on taking him outside for a moment of clarity.
Where they at? Well done.
He reveals that he has incapacitated Summer, leaving them free to execute their plan without any witnesses. In a surprising twist, Officer Evan recognizes the gravity of the situation and steps forward to defend Terry.
At least it'll be peaceful. All right. Stay there.
Do not point your weapon at me! Put that weapon down!
In a moment of chaos, Sandy shoots Evan in the leg and disarms him. Terry locks eyes with Jessica, who hesitantly lowers her weapon, prompting Terry to make a desperate escape with Evan. They find refuge behind a car, where Terry deploys smoke grenades to obscure their movements.
Get back up!
With urgency, Evan instructs Terry to activate the car's dash cams, which will begin recording live in 3 minutes. As the chaos unfolds, Terry takes down the officers one by one but refrains from lethal force. Discovering Summer unconscious in Steve's car, he activates the dash cams and speeds off to rescue Evan. They make a narrow escape from the police station, but Steve clings desperately to the vehicle, attempting to regain entry until Summer heroically pushes him off. On the road, Sandy and his men pursue them alongside Jessica, who crashes Sandy's car in a selfless act to allow Terry to flee. With adrenaline coursing through him,
Medical's on the way, Chief. But I need to see your hands.
Terry races to the hospital, ensuring that both Summer and Evan receive emergency care. In a final act of defiance against Sandy's corruption, Terry rips the camera storage drive from the car, determined to use it as evidence to expose the truth. Thank you for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.